On January 31, 2025, significant reports surfaced regarding China's ambitious military construction project, which is poised to establish a command complex in western Beijing that is 10 times the size of the Pentagon. This initiative has become a focal point of concern among U.S. intelligence officials who view it as a critical element in China's broader military modernization efforts. Overview of the command complex. According to intelligence assessments, the construction site spans approximately 607 hectares situated about 30 kilometers southwest of Beijing. Satellite imagery analyzed by U.S. officials reveals extensive excavations that suggest the presence of bomb-proof bunkers. These structures are anticipated to provide shelter for Chinese military leaders during potential conflicts, including scenarios involving nuclear threats. The scale of this command center is unprecedented, raising alarms about China's expanding military capabilities and its strategic intentions in the region. The facility is designed to serve as a wartime command center, which underscores the rising military tensions between China and the United States as well as with neighboring countries. Key features and implications. 1 is size and capacity. The projected size of the command center being 10 times larger than the Pentagon indicates a significant expansion of China's military infrastructure. This development aligns with China's goal of enhancing its command and control capabilities, particularly in response to heightened geopolitical challenges. 2. Purpose and functionality. The primary function of the command center will be to coordinate military operations during wartime. This reflects a shift in focus to operational readiness and strategic preparedness, which is becoming increasingly vital in the context of ongoing regional tensions. 3. Security enhancements. The presence of bomb-proof bunkers within the complex highlights the seriousness with which Chinese military planners are approaching potential conflicts. The construction of such facilities suggests preparations for high-stakes scenarios, including nuclear engagements. Reactions from U.S. intelligence and observers. U.S. intelligence officials have expressed growing concerns about the implications of this construction project. The establishment of a large-scale command center capable of housing military leaders during crises could significantly alter the balance of power in the Asia-Pacific region. Analysts note that this move is indicative of China's expanding influence and its willingness to invest heavily in military preparedness. The Australian Financial Review emphasized the strategic location of the site, suggesting its critical role in regional security dynamics. Meanwhile, the Financial Times focused on the construction activities revealed through satellite imagery, stressing the significant investment being made by China in its military infrastructure. Ongoing monitoring and future considerations. As the construction progresses, U.S. officials are closely monitoring the developments at the site. The lack of clarity regarding the timeline for completion and the specific operational capabilities of the command center raises further questions about China's strategic objectives. The ambiguity surrounding the project underscores the need for continued vigilance and analysis in the context of evolving military threats. Conclusion. In summary, the construction of a massive military command complex in western Beijing represents a pivotal moment in China's military trajectory. With its unprecedented scale and strategic purpose, this facility is a clear indication of China's commitment to bolstering its military capabilities amid increasing tensions with the United States and neighboring countries. As the geopolitical landscape continues to evolve, the implications of this development will be closely scrutinized by military analysts and policymakers worldwide. The information regarding China building a doomsday command center 10 times larger than the Pentagon reveals several counterintuitive aspects worth noting. 1. Scale versus capability. While the enormity of the command center, 607 hectares, is alarming, the actual effectiveness of military command structures is not solely determined by size. It raises questions about whether a larger facility inherently equates to enhanced military capability or strategic advantage, as effectiveness also involves technology training and operational readiness. 2. Perception of threat. The construction of such a facility is interpreted by U.S. officials as a preparation for high-stakes conflicts, particularly nuclear scenarios. However, the existence of such a command center may also reflect a defensive posture rather than an aggressive one. The need for bomb-proof bunkers could suggest that China is concerned about potential retaliatory actions rather than purely offensive military strategies. 3. Investment versus intent. The significant investment in military infrastructure could indicate an escalation in military readiness. However, it could also signal a response to perceived threats, highlighting a paradox where increased military spending might stem from insecurity rather than a desire for expansion or aggression. For regional stability, the implications of this construction for regional security are complex. Increased military capacity could lead to escalated tensions and arms races in Asia, but it could also serve as a deterrent, potentially stabilizing the region by dissuading aggressive actions from other nations. 5. International response. The focus on the size and scale of the command center might distract from broader strategic dialogues about de-escalation and cooperation in international relations. The alarm over the facility could lead to increased militarization and a cycle of fear rather than fostering communication and trust-building measures. 6. Public perception. The narrative surrounding a doomsday command center could evoke fear and anxiety, potentially skewing public perception of China's intentions. The framing of the story may lead to an oversimplified understanding of a complex geopolitical landscape where motivations and actions are not merely black and white. 7. Technological integration. The assumption that a larger physical command center leads to superior command and control capabilities might overlook advancements in technology that allow for more decentralized and flexible military operations. Modern warfare increasingly relies on cyber capabilities and unmanned systems, which may render traditional command centers less pivotal than in the past. In summary, while the construction of this command center is significant, its implications are multifaceted and may challenge straightforward interpretations of military strength and geopolitical intent. The construction of China's military command complex, described as a doomsday command center 10 times larger than the Pentagon, is significant not only because of its sheer scale but also due to the implications it carries for global security dynamics and regional military balances. Here are several important content points from the report that many might overlook, along with explanations of their significance. 1. Strategic location. The command center is located approximately 30 kilometers southwest of Beijing. This location is strategically relevant as it places the center within a secure distance from the capital while also being positioned to coordinate military operations across various fronts. The choice of site reflects a calculated decision to ensure the Chinese leadership can remain protected while also being able to oversee military operations that might extend beyond their borders. Significance. The strategic location suggests that China is preparing for potential conflicts that could arise not just within its immediate vicinity but also in broader geopolitical contexts. This indicates a shift in China's military strategy towards a more proactive stance in safeguarding its interests. 2. Scale of investment. The report highlights the extensive scale of the facility, which is described as covering around 607 hectares. This scale is not merely for show, it represents a substantial investment in military infrastructure that aligns with China's defense modernization goals. Significance. Such an investment signals China's long-term commitment to enhancing its military capabilities. It goes beyond upgrading existing facilities, it demonstrates an ambition to create a robust command and control infrastructure that could potentially rival or surpass that of the United States. This has implications for military competition and deterrence strategies in the Asia-Pacific region. 3. The bomb-proof bunkers. The presence of deep excavations likely intended for bomb-proof bunkers indicates a serious consideration of nuclear scenarios and high-stakes conflicts. This feature underscores the level of threat that Chinese military planners perceive, likely influenced by the strategic environment, including U.S. military capabilities and alliances in the region. Significance: the construction of such bunkers reflects a mindset focused on survival and continuity of command during catastrophic events. This not only highlights the seriousness with which China views potential conflicts but also raises concerns for neighboring countries and the US about the escalation of military tensions in the region. For broader military modernization efforts, the command center is part of a broader trend in which China is modernizing its military across various domains: land, sea, air, cyber, and space. The emphasis on a large command center suggests that China recognizes the importance of effective command and control in modern warfare. Significance: this modernization is likely to alter military balances in the region, as it enhances China's ability to project power and respond to threats. It could potentially lead to an arms race in the region as neighboring countries feel compelled to bolster their own defenses in response. 5. Geopolitical implications: the construction of this facility could be perceived as a direct challenge to U.S. hegemony in the Asia-Pacific and could exacerbate existing tensions between China and its neighbors, particularly in areas like the South China Sea and Taiwan. Significance: the geopolitical ramifications are profound. This development may compel the U.S. and its allies to reassess their military strategies and alliances in the region, potentially leading to increased military deployments or new defense agreements. It could also provoke responses from countries like Japan, India, and Australia, altering the regional security landscape. 6. Response from U.S. officials: the report notes that U.S. officials are alarmed by this development, interpreting it as part of China's military modernization strategy. The urgency in monitoring and analyzing this construction indicates the level of concern it generates within U.S. intelligence circles. Significance: the reaction from U.S. officials underscores a growing recognition of the need for vigilance and potentially a recalibration of U.S. defense policy towards China. It may lead to increased intelligence efforts, diplomatic initiatives, and military readiness in response to perceived threats from Chinese military expansion. 7. Impact on regional alliances: the establishment of such a formidable command center may influence the behavior of regional allies and adversaries. Countries like Taiwan, South Korea, and others may feel increased pressure to strengthen their military alliances with the U.S. or enhance their own defense capabilities. Significance: this shift could lead to a more militarized, intense regional environment, where the potential for miscalculations or conflicts inadvertently escalates due to the actions of multiple actors responding to the perceived threat from China. In summary, the construction of the command center in Beijing is a multifaceted issue that encompasses strategic location, military investment, and geopolitical implications. Its significance lies not only in the immediate military capabilities it provides to China but also in the broader context of regional and global security dynamics. Understanding these overlooked aspects is crucial for grasping the potential future trajectory of international relations in the Asia-Pacific region. 1. Scale and investment in military infrastructure. The construction of a military command complex in western Beijing that is 10 times larger than the Pentagon signifies a dramatic expansion of China's military capacity. This scale reflects not only a significant financial investment but also a long-term strategic commitment to enhancing military capabilities. The sheer size of the facility suggests that China is preparing for potential large-scale conflicts and is prioritizing its military infrastructure. 2. Strategic purpose and geopolitical implications. Designated as a wartime command center, the facility's purpose underscores the increasing military tensions in the region. China's investment in such a command center indicates a proactive stance towards potential conflicts, particularly in the context of its relationships with the United States and neighboring Asian countries. This development could alter power dynamics in the Asia-Pacific region, raising concerns among U.S. officials and allies about China's intentions and capabilities. 3. Security features and preparedness for high-stakes conflicts. The presence of bomb-proof bunkers within the facility highlights the scenarios that Chinese military planners are preparing for, including nuclear warfare. This indicates a serious level of military readiness and a commitment to safeguarding leadership during potential crises. The construction of such protective measures is indicative of a broader strategy that prioritizes national security amidst evolving threats. For ongoing monitoring and analysis by U.S. intelligence, the U.S. intelligence community's focus on monitoring the construction site reflects the strategic importance of this development. The ongoing analysis of satellite imagery and construction activities signifies that U.S. officials view China's military modernization as a critical issue. This vigilance may lead to adjustments in U.S. military and diplomatic strategies in response to China's expanding capabilities, highlighting the interconnected nature of global security dynamics. 1. The U.S. Pentagon construction 1941 to 1943. The Pentagon, the headquarters of the United States Department of Defense, was constructed during World War II. It is one of the largest office buildings in the world, covering about 29 acres. Initially designed to accommodate around 40,000 military and civilian employees, the construction was completed in just 16 months, a significant feat during wartime. The facility was strategically built to enable coordinated military operations and serve as a command center during a critical period in history. 2. The Moscow Metro System 1935-present. The Moscow Metro is not only one of the largest and most efficient underground transit systems in the world, but it also features stations designed with bomb-proof capabilities that serve as shelters during potential wartime scenarios. The system was developed during the Soviet era, with many stations constructed to withstand nuclear threats. Its extensive network and depth reflect the strategic importance of ensuring transportation and command capabilities in times of conflict, similar to the modern developments in China's military infrastructure. 3. NORAD, North American Aerospace Defense Command, Cheyenne Mountain Complex 1961, located in Colorado Springs, Colorado. The Cheyenne Mountain Complex was built as a response to Cold War tensions. It is a military installation that houses the headquarters of NORAD, designed to monitor and defend North American airspace from potential threats, including nuclear attacks. The facility is situated deep within the mountain, providing protection from a nuclear strike, much like the bomb-proof bunkers being constructed in China. NORAD represents a significant investment in military preparedness and strategic command capabilities during a time of geopolitical uncertainty. The construction of a vast military command complex in western Beijing, anticipated to be 10 times larger than the Pentagon, marks a significant moment in China's military evolution. This facility, with an estimated area of 607 hectares, is designed to serve as a wartime command center equipped with bomb-proof bunkers intended to protect military leaders during potential conflicts, including nuclear scenarios. This development has raised alarms among U.S. and global officials, signaling a shift in military dynamics in the Asia-Pacific region. Future outlook and predictions. 1. Increased military modernization. China's investment in this command center reflects a broader trend of military modernization and expansion. Over the next decade, we can expect China to continue enhancing its military capabilities, focusing on advanced technologies like artificial intelligence, cyber warfare, and unmanned systems. This modernization will likely lead to a more assertive Chinese military posture, particularly in the South China Sea and around Taiwan. 2. Strategic tensions with the U.S. The establishment of this facility is likely to exacerbate existing tensions between China and the United States. As both nations continue to bolster their military capabilities, we may witness an intensified arms race in the Asia-Pacific region. This could manifest in increased military exercises, a more significant U.S. military presence in the region, and greater security cooperation among U.S. allies like Japan, South Korea, and Australia. 3. Impact on regional alliances. The command center's construction may lead to a re-evaluation of defense strategies among neighboring countries. Nations like India, Japan, and South Korea might enhance their military collaborations or increase defense budgets in response to perceived threats from China. We could see the formation of new regional alliances aimed at counterbalancing China's influence, potentially leading to a new security architecture in Asia. 4. Cybersecurity and information warfare. Given the complex's purpose as a command center, China's focus on cybersecurity is expected to grow. The militarization of cyberspace will likely escalate, with both offensive and defensive operations becoming central to national security strategies. This could lead to more frequent cyber skirmishes between China and rival nations, particularly the US, as both sides seek to protect their networks and gather intelligence. 5. Nuclear posturing and deterrence. The construction of bomb-proof bunkers indicates a strategic emphasis on nuclear deterrence. As China continues to enhance its nuclear capabilities, including the development of more advanced delivery systems, this could lead to a re-evaluation of nuclear strategies by the US and its allies. The potential for a nuclear arms race in the Asia-Pacific region looms, raising concerns about miscalculations and escalations in crises. 6. Humanitarian and environmental considerations. The militarization of the region may also have humanitarian implications. Increased military presence and activities could impact local populations, particularly in conflict-prone areas. Additionally, the environmental consequences of military expansions, including potential land degradation and pollution, may become more pronounced and attract global scrutiny. 7. Global military-industrial complex. The construction of such a significant facility may encourage other nations to invest in their military infrastructure. As countries respond to China's growing military capabilities, we could see a global uptick in defense spending and militarization, leading to a thriving military-industrial complex worldwide. This trend may divert resources from social and economic development towards military enhancement. 8. Technological arms race. The focus on advanced military technologies, including AI and robotics, will likely lead to an arms race in these areas. Nations may prioritize research and development in military technologies, which could result in rapid advancements, but also ethical and moral dilemmas concerning autonomous weapons and their deployment in warfare. 9. Long-term geopolitical implications. In the long run, the establishment of this command center could alter the balance of power in the Asia-Pacific region. As China's military capabilities expand, it may embolden its regional ambitions, potentially leading to increased conflicts or diplomatic standoffs. The international community will need to navigate these complexities carefully to maintain stability and prevent large-scale conflicts. 10. Diplomatic engagement and conflict resolution. In response to the growing military tensions, there may be an increased emphasis on diplomatic channels and conflict resolution mechanisms. Global leaders could prioritize dialogue and negotiations to mitigate the risks associated with military escalations and foster a more stable international environment. In conclusion, the construction of China's military command complex represents not just a significant military development but also a pivotal moment in global geopolitics. The future will likely be shaped by the interplay of military modernization, strategic tensions, and diplomatic efforts aimed at maintaining stability in an increasingly complex international landscape. As nations react to China's expanding military footprint, the world may witness a new era of security dynamics characterized by both competition and potential avenues for cooperation.